tell me about your class, and what is it that motivates you to have your kids do a Lake Superior study?
Good question. I've been teaching a Mississippi River class for the last 4 years, and with the river right in Coon Rapids, it's been real easy. But we use this as a course area during our summer and a lot of our field expeditions. We use the Coastal Islands, and we've been sea kayaking and doing a lot of different programming around here. And so this year I thought I would try something a little bit different, and sort of inspired by you, Mike, and talking with you last year when I heard about the trip in the first place. And I said, you know, I think it'd be a really cool experience. Our kids living in Minnesota and having Lake Superior as part of it, and most of them don't know a whole lot about it. And so the course is divided up into the physical features of the lake, dealing with geology and the glaciation and how it was formed, and then this next week we start on with the biological factors, and we look at the plants and animals and the fish, and then we're going to do the last 2 weeks of school with the cultural piece of the lake and taking a look at the Native American histories through it, the mining and the logging and fisheries all throughout the lake. So it's been a really good class, and I think the kids are really getting a lot out of it.
What's your name?
Cora,
And where do you live, Cora?
Madeline Island.
You live on Madeline Island, go to school there?
Very lucky.
And you are?
Matthew.
Nelson? And you go to school on the island too?
I'm Lily Eichhorst, and I go on to school.
On Madeline. And over here we have?
And I'm Carol Soul, and I'm their teacher. And I get to teach on Madeline Island.
How
Lucky
wonderful
me.
is that?
That's terrific.
So tell us something about what it's like to live on an island.
We get to go swimming a lot.
You
I
get
think, I think it's better because, you know, especially with the small school, you know everyone you're going to school with. And you know the island by heart.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, and you don't not know anyone.
Yeah. Do you know, last summer, and part of my practice for this hike, I walked around Madeline Island.
That was 2 summers ago, actually, now, Mike.
So I did it 2 days, though. I did not 1 day. I did 2 days to go around the island.
What about Lake Superior? What's it like to live next to this giant lake?
Well, yeah, but one of my friends, when I was little, told me that the fish eat people, so even though I know it's not true, it kind of stuck with me, my fear of fish. So I don't like getting near really big fish. Every summer you get to go swimming a lot. Yeah. Unless you're grounded for the whole summer.
Yeah,
That's not
because
good.
you haven't cleaned your room.
Oh, no.
It seems to be one of our current state of affairs right now.
That happened last year.
Did it?
What about storms on this lake? Are they pretty amazing, or do you notice
They can be small or they can be huge.
Was there an ice road this winter?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks.
9 days.
Well, one of the important things that we need to make sure we have on the video is the fact these are our greeters. They didn't even know it, but they met us at the 100-mile mark for our hike.
That's right on the island.
I've lived on the island since 1981.
Wow.
So I take it you love this lake too.
I do love this lake. I was born and grew up on the Atlantic Ocean, and I moved to Wisconsin, and I was very, very homesick until I met Lake Superior, and then I was all better.
Yeah.
And you teach? Tell us about the school.
We have a little 2-room schoolhouse. We only have 14 children next year, so that might
This
change
year,
a little
too.
bit. Yep. And we spend a lot of time out in the woods and at the lake, and we have a garden and a greenhouse, and we spend as much time outside as we possibly can. And we have a huge culture of Native American traditions that we spend a lot of time learning about. And
At the museum every year.
yeah,
Go to the
Yeah.
museum.
yeah.
It's great.
Well, we sure appreciate you coming out here and saying hi to us, and we're envious of you living on this beautiful lake like you do.
Yeah, that's really neat.